Hello, folks. It's Lindsay Huddleston here again with another Monday Motivation. Hope you had a great weekend. You can see it was a pretty wet weekend, but you gotta be thankful for the rain. What am I going to talk to you about today? What was on my mind from what I saw over the weekend of sports, including the TBT, the basketball tournament. $2 million purse for teams that win, and you got players from all over. It was kind of the precursor to the Big Three, where you still get these guys who play high-level college ball, played overseas, some played in the NBA, come together for this tournament. And at this tournament, they have a different ending called the ELAM ending, E-L-A-M ending, that instead of it going to the final time, and the clock goes out, you go to a final score, which ends up being the winning team score plus 8. It's really interesting because now it kind of changes the dynamics, and just because you're up doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have the win. And in this particular case, the teams that were playing was Fort Wayne versus D2 was the name of the different teams. And Fort Wayne had a player on the team by the name of Cameron Jackson. I believe he played for Wofford. And what was so interesting is that Fort Wayne was down. D2 was the team that was up by 8. And here you have the single game elimination thing going on. And it basically came that Fort Wayne Champs is their actual name. They're out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, but Wayne Champs is their actual name. Wayne Champs fought back, got it to a point where Cameron Jackson went to the free throw line. He went to the free throw line. Of course, the clock is not running. It's all about who gets to 83 first. And he tied the game. And he eventually, after the proverbial timeout that they tried to ice him out, he came back for the last free throw, and he hit the free throw. And he won the game. And he moved his team forward in TBT, the basketball tournament. What I'm getting at is, we need to look at pressure as not necessarily a bad thing. I always look at pressure saying, my purpose is on the other side of the pressure. Those things that make us nervous, that bother us, are things that we need to look at as, I don't like it, I get uncomfortable, but if I can excel in this moment, there are more opportunities. Hence the term thriving under pressure. What do people say all the time when things are going tough or it's a challenging situation? Oh, if I could just get by. Oh, if I could just make it. But what I'm telling you to do is adopt a different word, because words are powerful. If you can say, I just want to thrive in the pressure. Here's a pressure opportunity. I want to be at my best. Because what happens with pressure is, pressure makes you focus. It makes you come up with a plan. It makes you say, I have to do it. I want to go back to a free throw moment I had years and years ago. This is when I was playing with a charity team for Governor Granholm's staff. I helped put together, and it was great. Local radio station, 96.5. We're part of it. Rest in peace, my guy KP, who passed, but he was one of the leaders on their team. And we came together and we played this charity game, out at East Lansing at Michigan State's campus. I never forget that. And the governor's daughter was in it. It was just a fun time. But it came down to an opportunity. Well, I had to go to the free throw line because I shot a three-pointer trying to tie, and I got fouled. I went there, and me hitting all three would have tied the game at least. And I remember going to that free throw line and saying to myself, unfortunately, before I had this knowledge of self about mental toughness, I said, I can't do this. I predicted the outcome because I said, I can't make these 3 free throws. I went, missed the first one. I think I made the second one, missed the third. But I counted myself out, and I never will forget that. It would have been great if I could have told you the story where in the eye of pressure, I went right there and I knocked down all 3. But I didn't have the confidence in myself, nor did I use the right type of terminology. Fast forward to Cameron Jackson, when they took a timeout, I kept watching him. I kept watching his body language. We always say body language is 90% nonverbal, and he seemed infallible. He just seemed unflappable. He just seemed like just nothing was going to bother him. Nothing was going to get him off of that. And when he went back, he knocked down that free throw just like that. My point is, you want to look at thriving under pressure. I'll tell you another story about a book called War by Sebastian Junker. It tells the story of individuals who were in the Korean War. It was a team of elite soldiers, special forces that is. And they were actually getting intel that the base that they were on was going to be overrun. Now, this is something like saying if you're in Lansing or in Detroit or wherever you are, saying that the city of Lansing is your base and the entire state of Michigan and the country around you is enemy territory. They were completely surrounded. So as they got this intel, got a little siren coming through. It's real life out here. Hope everybody's okay. As they were getting this detail, as you hear the sirens going, which is probably appropriate for this subject, They were looking at these guys and their stress level. And many believed that their stress level was just going to go up because they got this information that they were going to be overrun. But as they did the study and looked further, they found out that these guys' stress level actually decreased. And why did it decrease? Because these guys were men of action. When they got information about the possibility of being overrun by the enemy, they started on their process. They started cleaning their weapons. They started laying C4 mines and laying explosives and demolition because they knew that that would help to protect them. They went into their process. They got into their process. Instead of them, just trying to survive, they were thriving under pressure. And I think that's something that we all can learn to do. It takes you getting out of your comfort zone a little bit. It takes a different perspective of how you look at things because words are important. So next time you're in a pressure situation, instead of you saying, if I can just get through, say, I want to thrive. And thriving means to be able to be purposeful, to get the most out of it. And I don't think it means you're looking at the world in the sense that you want bad things to happen and you want to be in tough situations. But the reality, if you're trying to accomplish anything, if you're trying to move forward on anything, there's going to be adversity. So why not take the attitude of thriving under pressure? That's something I close all of my mindfulness and presentations that I do with when I talk to individuals about being mentally tough in sports and in life. And that's one of my closing slides. And I said, it's one of the most important things you think about, that you want to thrive under pressure. So with that, I won't keep you guys. I want to thank you for taking a moment. Good luck to you this week. Put things in small, situations and build on them going further, bit by bit. That's how you accomplish your goals. Thank you guys. Lindsay, Huddleston with SPS.